Hey everybody out there, Bariatric Burnie. I told you I'd be back today with a video with me making my meatballs, venison meatballs that is. And I kind of went ahead and did a few things just like any other cooking show. You got to do a little bit of prep, make things a little bit more interesting, take a little bit less time for people. So basically, I got this like makeshift tripod that literally it's sitting inside a jar of markers and scissors. Works perfectly. Great, great spot. So check this. Here's what we got. One, always gotta have a little towel. I'm sure Gordon Ramsay would agree with me if he ever met me. But also a big knife. Not for murdering people, folks. Get that out of your mind. It's for cutting stuff. Well, I guess it could be either way. So, what I've done already is I've gone ahead, got a pound of ground venison here. And this stuff I just find at the local supermarket, which is pretty wild. This stuff's actually, it's farm-raised venison down out of New Zealand. I've mentioned it before. And it makes for an awesome meatball. Very dense. I guess you could say it's dry. I don't really believe that it is, but some people, that's just what they say. But this is all for me. This isn't for them. And you can obviously make the recipe your own. I've gone anywhere from cooking them in the oven, which is right behind me, or out on my Traeger where you smoke them. Smoking them, a whole different taste to it. Fantastic taste to it. Then if you want to take it a step further, I don't do this normally because I'm trying to watch my sugar intake and also calories. You put a nice pan out there with some barbecue sauce on it, let it warm up. Then what you do is when the meatballs are close to being done, that's when you take it and you slather it on. Fantastic. So let's have at it. Nothing me talking without food going. Oh, so next thing is food scale. Real simple, dirt cheap off Amazon. Bought this thing for like, I don't know, $9. And it was just awesome. And what I do is I set it to grams. And you got to zero it out. And the reason that I do that is because I like to measure everything. So I know exactly what my macros are going to be. I suggest anybody that's looking to lose weight knows it as well, or build muscle, whatever. The more you track, the more you understand how much you really do or don't eat, and also what you eat and don't eat, as far as your macros go, your carbs, your fats, and your protein. So on this plate, turkey bacon. It's an entire package. It's about 8 ounces. I'm not worried about measuring this because this goes in. And all I did was just do a rough chop to it. Not really a big deal. So I just add everything in. And so now we got those two ingredients. Those are the biggest components of this. Now we're going to start getting into the different stuff. And one of the things is the Cabot, less 50% fat. Listen, it tastes good. It's cheddar. I love it. It's nothing too crazy as far as fat-free. I think fat-free cheese tastes like, tastes like shit. So, all I do, take this, I add in 1 serving. So 1 serving is 28 grams. It doesn't seem like a lot. However, when these meatballs are done, you definitely see the cheese. And you can taste it just a little bit. Just going to make sure we're zeroed out here. There we go. And 28 grams. And I do this because it's a lot easier for me to track everything per serving, especially when you're building a recipe and putting it into your app, whatever you use app. Some people use Macro Factor by Jeff Nippard. That's an exclusive, basically pay for everything. However, it's fantastic. It's like having a coach without ever having to pay somebody to go do it for you. As far as like in person, it's all done on your phone. Very, very sweet setup, by the way. I don't use it, as far as I don't pay for it. And the only reason is I haven't gotten that nuts just yet. And I have another one that I've been using now for 8, 9 months at least. So that's how I tried it. That's what everything's been put in. It's just easier for me. Um, and you just go on your Google or iPhone App Store or whatever, and you'll find the stuff. Next ingredients, because this adds a little bit more protein and a little bit of wetness. Good old egg whites. I like the yellow ones. They seem to taste more like an actual egg. I don't like the cartons of actual just straight up egg whites. They don't agree with me. For this, for whatever reason, I love it. And the same thing with this. I'm only adding in a serving, which is 46 grams. So just zeroed my scale out. And because it's not a lot, but because of what this is, venison is a very lean meat. In other words, it doesn't have much fat. In other words, it needs help. One, it needs help in the respect of olive oil, which I'm gonna actually have to grab right now. Be right back. Don't move. Extra virgin olive oil. So, all I do with that, I don't measure it. And the reason is I don't add much fat to anything. And that's it. That's all that I use. It's just enough to help bind and help to keep things a little bit extra moist. Let me get these things out of my way. Oh, drop the towel. No big deal. Put that back. Put this bad Larry. But actually, you know what? I need it for a lot of other stuff. So, hold on. There we go. So now as we move on, I start adding lots of other stuff. One thing I love, minced garlic. Tastes good. Why wouldn't you? So I add garlic to everything because it flavors it, and I'm not afraid of it. Does it make you gassy? I heard somebody ask that. Yes, it does. Oh, shocking. It's friggin' garlic. Oh, wait. I'm adding more garlic. Oh, a little garlic powder. And I try to buy stuff in large quantities because usually the price per pound or price per ounce or price per whatever it is always less. So I add in my garlic. I got some onion powder. Put that in. That's a little bit stronger and a little bit smellier, but tastes good. Once I get done with that stuff, Himalayan pink salt. I don't know what the hell the difference is. My wife buys it. I use it. It works. So I only add in that. That's it. That's for an entire pound. And the reason is I taste salt a lot more than I used to. And I don't crave salt. And it's because I do use electrolyte powder mixes. There's natural salt in everything that I eat. All the chicken, all the turkey, even the venison. It's all got salt already. And I just don't need that much. So, here we go. Parmesan grated cheese. Yes, this is real. This ain't the fake jazz that you get at the store. And this is 5 grams per serving. You get 20 calories out of it. What I normally do, I usually go about 10, 12 grams. Honestly, 40 calories over this entire recipe, over the entire week, it's nothing. So don't be afraid of it. But put it in and know what you're getting. 9, 10. We're going to go, there we go. 11. Close enough. And then these were on sale as salt-free. I don't know. I went to Market Basket looking for the usual garlic and herb ones that I like to buy. They didn't have them. So I just went with an alternative. It was on sale. 4C. I used to drink their iced tea all the time. So they're breadcrumbs. How the hell can you go wrong? And same thing with this. You got 100 calories per serving, which is 28 grams. I just do one serving. because you do actually get quite a bit out of it. And you can always add more if you need to, because of wetness and maybe some screw up, or you added something that you normally didn't. You know, I've thought about putting in some sort of, come on, there we go, 28, it's 29. It's 1 gram off, 0.01 grams. I'll be all right. Or 0.1 gram. It's just 1 gram, damn it. This is why I didn't go to culinary school and why I don't cook in a kitchen, because I'm a little bit, well, not as refined as most. Pepper, I love cracked black pepper. I do use it in pretty large quantities. I like the spice of it, I like the taste of it, and you can never have enough. So this might take me a minute or two. So while I'm doing this, I'd be remiss if I didn't make mention that one of my favorite artists of all time, Jimmy Buffett, I found out that he passed away last night. And anybody who knows me, I've been to quite a few concerts. It's quite a few memories, and then not always memories, only because you drink so much. But you get to see stuff that you may not see other places. He's going to be missed. He's one of my favorite guys of all time. This is my Caribbean Soul tattoo. A lot of people, like my close friends, like to make fun of it. But that tattoo is representative of that side of me that's kind of the wild child, wants to live in the tropics, wants to be on the beach all day being a bum, you know, fishing and just relaxing and just, it sucks. But that's life, as they say, or c'est la vie. Is that French for that's life or something? I don't know. But I'm sure that Jimmy wouldn't want people to actually mourn. They'd want him to celebrate, because that's what his life was about. That's what his music was about. So I went actually to the bar before this, grabbed a cheeseburger and a margarita, just as a little tribute to him. The margarita didn't taste so good. Cheeseburger tasted fantastic. So here's to Jimmy and the other parrot heads out there. Have fun. So next is chili powder. I don't measure how much chili powder I put in. I just put it in. And chili powder goes awesome with venison. And actually, it's a awesome ingredient for just about any red meat. It just makes it pop. Don't ask me what it is. Cayenne pepper. It's because normally I don't add the cayenne. However, I ran out of red pepper flakes. And I love the spice of the red pepper flakes. But when I went to grab it, I noticed that I was all out. So you work with what you got. Last but not least, smoked paprika. It's nothing fancy. It smells good, it tastes good, and it just goes very well with everything else in here. Hold on. Oh yeah, baby. Ugh. So, that's what happens when you use a lot of pepper, garlic. Whew. Excuse me. So, I add that to it as well. I'm a big spice guy. And I never, ever measure the spices. And it's just not me. So, now that we got all that set up, we got to mix this bad boy. And here's a pro tip, even though I'm not a pro. Oh, hold on. Here comes another sneeze. It's coming. Here we go. Ah, bless me. Rubbers. They're not just for having sex. Okay. Rub gloves at least. And again, people are really kinky, and I'm sure out on Pornhub there's something out there having to do with gloves. However, the reason that I wear these damn things is not because I'm afraid of getting my hands dirty. The guy who's worked in the septic industry for as long as I have, you don't really care about getting stuff on you. However, the meat of the venison is very sticky. And I have found that wearing these gloves, it makes it that much easier in order to keep your hands clean so that you can grab stuff. So all I'm going to do is get in here, get rid of this scale, put you back there, and just, mix it. I mean, I mix it kind of similar to a pizza, As far as once I get everything together, then I just kind of fold and knead. What I'm doing right now is I just mix it around with my hand just to kind of get things incorporated, because you are going to have a little bit of spillage. Oh, wait a second. Hold on. Let me get the towel on this side so you can kind of get some of that. Oh, yeah. See, that's why I've been working out. Big old arm like that. All right. Sorry, I had to do it. So now that I've got things kind of mixed up a little bit, now I'm going to just start kind of folding it over and pressing. I haven't really found that overworking this like a pizza dough really matters, because these meatballs are extremely dense, and I don't think it really much matters. And you're not building gluten. You're not doing that because this is just meat. There's no bread to it. There's no nothing short of breadcrumbs, and you're not making that. So once everything is all set, basically it should come out in a pretty clean ball like that, and you just keep it in the bowl. You don't have to take it out of the bowl. Now you got a clean hand here. Grab your scale again. I hope everybody enjoyed that picture of my armpit, and firing it up. So what I do is I try to keep right around 2-ounce balls. If it's 2.5 or it's 2.3 or it's 2.02, who gives a shit? The reason is that, like I had said in another video, it doesn't matter if everything's not perfect, because you're taking this entire batch of food and you're cooking it all. So if you eat a little bit more one day and a little bit less the next day, it all goes to the end to the same, to the same result. So if it throws off your macros by 15 calories and 2 grams of protein, who gives a shit? So anywhere between 2.5 ounce ball, and I hit reset. So let me see how good I am. Yeah, see, the first one's 2.61. That's just a hair too much. So there we go. Now we're at 2.22. And I used to go ahead and reset it after every single one, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to guess, this is right around 2 to 2.5. And what you can do is when you put them down on your sheet, you just look at it. And you go, oh, does that one look about the same size as George? So it's not really rocket science. And trust me, if it was, I'd be screwed. So it's going to take me a few minutes to make these bad boys up. And I can tell you that this is going to make right around a dozen balls, all between the 2.5 ounce range. And everybody out there is probably wondering, well, what the hell are my macros going to look like? No, funny thing you should ask. I actually know the answer to that question. And if I was in a classroom, I'd be all set. I guess I kind of am since I married a teacher, but that's neither here nor there. And she's a vegetarian. This is the beauty of it. I am a strict carnivore. Yes, I do eat some vegetables. All right, don't anybody get their panties in a bunch. I just don't want to eat vegetables. What I want to eat is meat and cheese, and if I have to get vegetables in, I like to hide them. Peas and carrots, basically. Oh, in fact, my wife's coming right now. Hold on one second. Oh, wait, never mind. She's not coming in, and she probably knows. But, let me reset the scale. Here we go. So, my wife's a vegetarian, and obviously I'm not. And one of the things with me is, especially since the bariatric surgery, I've really honed in food. And I've really figured out what is and what isn't going to work for me. And when I design my food each week, which I'm kind of changing it around a little bit, because the more I go on, I can eat more because my stomach does stretch out a little bit, but also you get used to foods and you can kind of eat normal again. But on the same side of that token, as I want to grow as far as my muscles go, I've got to fuel them properly. And I can't strictly eat 1,500 calories a day and expect to grow. So over time, I started probably around 12 to 1,300 calories, probably for the first couple of months, because my stomach literally just could not handle it. Well, as things went on, I have been able to handle more and more, and it's just made my life a lot easier because my world kind of opens up. So, these meatballs, and as you notice, I'm not really looking at the scale as of these last few because I just don't give a shit. They all look about the same. They're all going to cook the same. And the last one you just kind of mash in half and, well, looks like the others are going to be a little bit bigger now. So 12 meatballs is what I get, between 2 and 2.5 ounces. And this week it's kind of funny, I got 13, which is fine because you know what I do? I get to eat an extra one. And I love these things. I absolutely adore them. The macros go as follows. You're looking at about 125 calories per meatball with about 24 to 26 grams of protein and only really about 3 grams of fat. And, you know, carbs, it's negligible. It's like less than 1 per meatball. Because when I did all of my calculations, I did it and then I divided it by 12. Is that just what happened to be? I figured, all right, well, I'll get 2-ounce balls. There's 16, I should get 8, and then you throw the cheese in, then you throw the breadcrumbs in, and everything else, and all of a sudden, you know, it starts getting a little bit more than you thought. So, and get rid of those. So, I got 13 meatballs, and they're on a sheet pan. Let me just show you these bad Larrys. So, nothing fancy to it. I've already got my oven going because I'm already cooking my sweet potatoes for the week. I do 2 potatoes per week. It yields anywhere from like 80 to 120 grams of protein for 4 meals. I'm sorry, not protein, a potato for 4 meals. And those are my lunch days. I love sweet potato. It tastes awesome. So it's sitting at 405. What I gotta do, I gotta take these bad Larrys, put them in, let them cook. Hold on. Let me put them in. This ain't like the Magic TV either, where I put it in and there's already ones waiting and I just pull them out. Ain't gonna happen that way. So, throw these in. And it doesn't matter if you put it in the top rack, the bottom rack, who gives a shit? So, because, I mean, everybody's like, well, you can't do that. Shut up. Hey, Emerald Lagasse. This little guy is my Thermal Pro. It's just it's a food thermometer basically, so I can set it for all sorts of different things. I cook most of my meat because I learned this from guys like Heath Riles and also Malcolm Reed, which if anybody knows anything about barbecuing, they're Southern boys. They do a lot of YouTube videos. They have their own products. I use a lot of their products as well. I'll show you in a second. But I've learned instead of cooking by looking or by timing, you'd use this. And I cook these meatballs to 165. So what I do is I put them in, I let them sit, I figure about 15 minutes. Then I plug this into one of them, usually the thickest one in the middle. And then I just wait. Once it hits 165, I can pull it. If it carries over a little bit, that's fine. These things can take the heat. I haven't really noticed the difference. I had one of them up to like 180 one time, and I didn't notice anything different other than, yeah, it was a little bit tougher, but it wasn't breaking your teeth. So, hold on. Show you some other stuff in my kitchen. Put this bad boy over here. Oh, yes. Here we go. these are just 3 of the products that I've got from these guys. It's nothing, nothing earth-shattering. This is simple citrus. I put this on every single chunk of chicken thigh that I get. I love it. It's lots of pepper. It's got a little bit of lemon and lime flavoring to it. It's fantastic. It's also got salt and garlic, and I use this every single time that I cook. As far as my chicken thighs go. So every week, that's what they taste like. I have not gotten old of it yet. And I tried substituting because I ran out of it one time with just lemon pepper seasoning. No, not even close. Way different. And this is the Heath Riles. Heath's world champ. Can't really beat him. Well, you could, but and this guy actually, I think, has beaten him. Killer Hogs and Malcolm's. Malcolm Reed is the proprietor of Killer Hogs. I bought his stuff now for a couple of years. I love his barbecue sauce. I love his rubs. The Grande Gringo is fantastic. Mexican fajitas taste great on wings. The King Craw that he has, which I'm currently out of, that is fantastic on wings for barbecue. I like to put them on the wing, put them on the grill, cook them, and eat them as is. And then this is the barbecue rub by Killer Hogs. If you want your wings to come out, if you want your ribs to come out with that like mahogany cherry red color to them, this is it, baby. And it's world champion stuff. These guys, well, listen, I'm from the north. These guys are from the south. They basically invented all of barbecue down in the south, and it just trickled up north as the snowbirds went back and forth. But it's not the same. And when I cook, I try to stick to what these guys show as far as recipes go. Obviously, I have some of my own stuff, my own tricks and flavorings that I love, because that's what everybody should do. But if you get it, check them out. It's How to Barbecue Right for Malcolm. And then if you type in Heath Riles, I think it's Heath Riles Barbecue here on YouTube. Either way, if you type in Killer Hogs or Heath Riles, you'll get these guys, and they're fantastic. And they just love what they're doing. I'd love to meet them someday and just talk with them and gab about barbecue. And, it would be cool to have them up here at my house. But come on, let's be honest. They're in the south, I'm in the north, and I can't really eat the way they do. So hold on, let me show you a couple other things. Oh, hold on. So, without giving away too many secrets, another thing is the steak rub by Killer Hogs. It's large chunks of pepper, garlic, onion, and this stuff, it's fantastic on rice. I put it on all the rice because it says 5 calories for a serving size of 2 grams. So maybe I'm adding 5 calories to every meal that I do. Whatever. It's not bad, especially over time. Last guy is the Captain Rodney's Peach Buchan Glaze. This stuff is sweet. It is just flavorful. It's got a real underlying bit of heat to it, but it's the balls when it comes to pork. I cook pork tenderloins when it comes around the holidays, and what I do is, I shouldn't say cook, I smoke the bad boys. Put them on my Traeger, let them roll at about 250, and I just let it roll. Then what I will do is, I will, at the end, about 10 minutes before everything's done, I'll go out there and I'll put this on and just brush it on. Just let it sit, and eventually it will glaze up and it will kind of get real sticky and icky. And oh, baby, it's good stuff. Expensive stuff, but damn, it's good stuff. It comes in a black glass bottle. But you got kind of the Captain on front, so anything nautical, I'm kind of a sucker for. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to end this video because, well, it's been just about a half an hour. and I'm obviously gonna have to start checking some food soon. I got a ton of other stuff to cook. I've got 2 pounds of ground turkey, a pound of ground chicken, a package of chicken tenderloins, and also, last but not least, is the chicken thighs. So I've got a lot of work to do. I already got my eggs made in the fridge, and I also got to get the rice going. And listen, I love everybody sticking with me. I hope you had some fun with me. Maybe I'll do another video when I'm smoking stuff out in the backyard. You never know. I wish that somebody would give me a little bit of a question or a comment or whatever. Like I said, you tell me what you think, I'll tell you what I think. You may not like what I hear, but that's all right. That's what I'm here for. So everybody, Bariatric Burnie signing off. Everybody have an awesome holiday weekend. Tomorrow's a day off from the gym, so staying out of there, recouping. I'll go back again on Monday and start working on this temple. Not yet, but it'll get there. So check you later. Bye.